On August 26, 1928, May Donoghue visited the Well Meadow Cafe in Paisley, Scotland. Her friend ordered her a Scotsman ice cream float, a mix of ice cream and ginger beer served in a dark, opaque bottle. When her friend poured the last of the liquid over the ice cream, out slid the decomposed remains of a dead snail. Donoghue fell violently ill with severe gastroenteritis and nervous shock. Seeking accountability, she attempted to sue the manufacturer of the ginger beer, David Stevenson, but she faced a specific legal obstacle. Donoghue hadn't purchased the drink herself. Her friend had paid the bill. This raised a question that the courts of the time were not prepared to answer. Does the law protect a consumer poisoned by a product they didn't buy from a manufacturer they've never met? The Paisley incident revealed a vacuum in the law. In an industrial world, people consumed goods from distant factories, remaining entirely unprotected by existing rules. Before this, commerce was largely local and face-to-face, but the Industrial Revolution shifted the world toward distant, faceless mass-production factories. The law relied on privity of contract, meaning liability existed only between parties who directly exchanged money. Under this rule, Donoghue had no standing. She had no contract with the cafe owner, nor the manufacturer, David Stevenson. Stevenson's defense was straightforward. Because he had made no direct promise to Donoghue, he owed her no duty of care. This strict interpretation of contract law shielded manufacturers, granting them immunity from the dangers of their own products. Donoghue spent years fighting through the Scottish courts. She faced early defeat when judges used restrictive precedents, including a previous case involving a mouse in a bottle, to dismiss her claim. The case eventually reached the House of Lords, the highest court in the empire. A panel of 5 lords would decide the case, and a split decision was looming. Lord Buckmaster led the conservative opposition. He warned that ruling for Donoghue would open the floodgates to limitless third-party lawsuits and bankrupt British industry. But Donoghue's team focused on the bottle itself. Because it was opaque, the manufacturer knew that neither the retailer nor the consumer could inspect the ginger beer before it was consumed. The lords were caught between preserving the economic stability of the traditional law and rewriting the rules of society to protect public safety. In a 3-2 majority, the lords ruled in favor of May Donoghue. Lord Atkin delivered the leading judgment. He looked past contract law to find a solution in moral philosophy, specifically the parable of the Good Samaritan. He formulated the neighbor principle, stating that you must take reasonable care to avoid acts or omissions that you can foresee would likely injure your neighbor. This radar model illustrates Atkin's logic. A neighbor is anyone directly affected by your actions, someone you must contemplate while manufacturing a product. The opaque bottle proved Stevenson's liability. Knowing the consumer drinks blindly, he was legally her neighbor. This philosophical shift bypassed the constraints of contract law and created the modern law of negligence. The ruling shifted the legal landscape. The standard moved from buyer beware to a framework that demanded manufacturer accountability. Without this case, we would lack the legal basis for modern product recalls, strict safety standards, and personal injury litigation. Today, courts apply the neighbor principle to new frontiers, using Atkin's logic to determine liability for AI-driven harms and algorithmic errors. The decision acknowledged a specific reality of modern life. Our safety depends on the care of people we will never meet. The law recognized that responsibilities extend far beyond a signed receipt. The case of a spoiled drink forced the court to align legal duty with moral responsibility. It established that in a modern society, we are legally accountable to the people our products reach.